filth offender, operation of a clandestine lab. You were sentenced on 5/26/2012. You were sentenced to 10 years hard labor with a parole date of 8/21/2014 and a good time of 5/27/2021 with a full term of 2/21/22. Today, panel, I'll be the one asking you some questions today, and then each one of the panel members will be asking you some questions. Then we'll come back with our decision. This is my case here today. Mr. Pell, I see you lost 90 days of good time. Can you explain to the board what happened?
Now it's been a little road here. Or you want me to explain exactly the incidents that happened, because I don't want to lie or not tell the truth of what happened about losing.
Okay, here's what I want you to do. Tell me how you lost 90 days of good time, and when did you lose the 90 days of good time?
Okay, I can say that I lost some of the good time. I think I had a dirty urine. I think I had a dirty urine maybe once or twice. I really, to be honest with you, haven't been keeping up with the incidents. I actually got my parole packet this morning. I knew I was supposed to be coming up today for the parole board, but I just got my packet this morning to contact my people. Just got it just now. So, and you know, okay, it says for me to get ready for today and everything, and I don't have the paperwork on what dates I got wrote up. So for me to, let me see. It's been about,
maybe the staff there can enlighten us on. When was his last disciplinary write-up?
Sir, this is Corporal Jones. He has not had a write-up since he's been with us since February 3rd of 2020. He has not had any write-ups in this facility.
Okay, sir. When was your last write-up before that?
I want to say it was back in Caldwell.
When was it? 6 months ago? 8 months ago?
About probably 9 months to a year ago.
What was it for? Dirty urine?
I think it was for a dirty urine.
Okay, well, I see you've been locked down a pretty good while. When is your what are some of the programs you've taken?
I've taken Thinking for a Change, anger management, substance abuse, pre-release, re-entry, and I want you to look. I just don't want to say nothing wrong here today. I haven't kept a calendar or track of this storm I've been through. 10 years is a long time to face when doing time. And amongst my problems I've been working on myself and my family problems and my past. So I haven't kept a calendar on write-ups and stuff like that. I kept a calendar though on things that I've done that I needed to work on to be a better person.
You didn't keep up. You didn't keep up your write-ups because you didn't think they were very important, huh? When you was out there trying to use drugs in the facility, and you were sentenced on 5/26/2012 to a 10-year sentence, and you tell me that wasn't real important to you, the write-ups and stuff. You know, if you can't behave while you're incarcerated, how are you going to behave when you're out on the streets? How many write-ups have you had since you've been incarcerated? Total write-ups.
I think maybe a total of 4 in the last, and all this.
What are they 4 for? Was they all for drugs, contraband?
I know a few of them was for contraband.
And so you think the last few, how long did you say you've been locked up? How long have you been incarcerated on this charge?
Going on 8 years.
Okay, you've been incarcerated 8 years. You've taken programs so you won't be using drugs when you get back out. And during this time, you're using drugs while you're in the system. So evidently, it's not working. When was the last time you took the program?
I think it was about three years ago. I went through all the programs. I did all my programs back to back in Caldwell.
Okay, so you've done all your program, and then you got to where you're going, and you got a charge for contraband. So that's the thing you need to follow up on some of your programs if you're still getting stuff for using drugs while in an institution.
Oh, wait, excuse me. Are you saying that after I went through the programs that I had called a contraband charge for drugs? I mean, I don't
You
remember.
said nine.
I don't remember.
You said 9 months. You said 9 months ago you got a charge. You got a write-up. You've lost 90 days of good time.
9 months ago?
Well, you just said 9 months ago. You think it was 9 months ago you got a disciplinary write-up, and you've lost some time. I want you to be honest with me.
Look, okay, well, can I be honest with you right now? Like,
well, I thought you'd be honest when you got there today, but go ahead and state.
That's why I can't answer your question, because I'm trying to be honest. I haven't kept a record on my, matter of fact, how you can't, it's hard to, I don't know if I'm sure you have never been incarcerated in the system because you're above the system. But in the system, you lose all, I mean, you go to lockdown, you get shipped, they don't care where your personal, I came here with nothing. Personal belongings gone. When I got here, my belongings, I came here with my clothes and everything. I never did get them, not even my toothbrush, my toothpaste. The stuff that we go through in here is also lessons to be learned. Because like if you steal,
let me tell you something. When you come in there, you didn't have no toothpaste. When you came there, and what they do, they give you toothpaste at every facility. Don't be starting about the toothpaste. I'm asking you this question. When was your last disciplinary write-up? And you told me a while ago, about around 9 months ago.
I don't remember saying that. I'm nervous. Can I explain to you what
I'm gonna let you explain, Miss Renata. At this time, Miss Renata will be asking some questions.
Good morning, Mr. Capel. So you say you just got your parole packet this morning. Who would you have expected to join you today if you'd have gotten them the information?
I'm gonna be honest with you. And
good.
On this journey, my family hasn't. I've been tough love. I've been son taken away from me, girlfriend taken away from me, mother taken away from me. They've done the minimum, which is not owed to me because I'm the one making the rotten mistakes. I'm the one making the same mistakes over and over, not growing up, acting as a child, and not doing the right, and not being a productive member of society. So this has been a learning.
The answer to my question is really nobody.
Yes, ma'am.
Okay, that's all I needed to hear. So, and that's disappointing. So, okay, you tell us. We'll give you one more chance, and be brief. When was your last write-up? Where were you housed? You hadn't had any since you've been there since February. So, where were you housed when you got your last write-up?
Okay, Winsboro.
Winsboro?
Yes, ma'am.
So how long ago was that? About, I'm not asking specifically.
About, let's see, I've been here. Can you tell me how long I've been here?
You've been there since February.
Since February.
This is July.
I say a year. I don't want to.
Okay, all right, all right. A year, 9 months to a year.
Yes, ma'am.
All right. Okay, I don't have any other questions. Thank you, Mr. Capel.
Good morning, Mr. Capel. How are you?
All right. Good morning.
I'm going to shed some light on the subject that we've been talking about all morning. Your last disciplinary write-up was on December 20th, 2018 for intoxication. And you lost 45 days good time. Your write-up before that was on September 29th, 2017 for number 1 for contraband. And I'm almost sure it was drugs or alcohol. And again, you lost 45 days good time. So basically, you've had trouble or issues with drugs and alcohol for the last 2 or 3 years. And according to my records, you have not received any substance abuse after you've had those write-ups for drugs or alcohol. And that's unacceptable. You've been incarcerated for 8 years, and you still have problems and issues with drugs and alcohol. Sir, you need to write DLC. You need to contact the persons at St. Tammany, and you need to get into a long-term substance abuse program. You have a problem, you don't recognize it, and it's time to do something about it. So to answer Mr. White's question, December of 2018 was your last disciplinary write-up, and it was with intoxication. And don't give us a static. You've been incarcerated for 8 years. You can't remember everything. You remember when you get it right up. And you lost 45 days good time. You remember that. You remember each and every time you got a disciplinary write-up. If you don't care. And if you don't care, you are a risk to public safety. Mr. Wise.
Yes, sir, you're correct, Mr. Roche. Is anything else you'd like to say to the board before we vote?
No, sir.
Okay, at this time, I'm gonna be voting. I'm gonna vote to deny your parole. I think you need to be working on some programs and try to get your life back straight. You've had some pretty bad things along the way, and you need to try to set back and get these behind you. But today, my vote is to deny, Ms. Ramasa.
Mr. Capel, I agree with Mr. Wise. My vote also is to deny. You have one criminal time date, a little over a year away. So you have some time. You said you started working on you. So you need to continue that journey and then your relationships with your family so that you can be successful. Good luck to you.
Good luck to y'all too.
Mr. Capel, Mr. Capel, based on an extensive criminal history, a poor supervision record, a moderate Tiger score, opposition from law enforcement, and disciplinary issues with alcohol or drugs, and you've received no substance abuse treatment since that, my vote is to deny your request.
Okay. At this time, the board decision was today to deny your request. Hey, let me tell you something. First thing you need to do when we're calling out this thing is shut up, okay? Today, you've been denied, all 3 panels of the board. Thank you.
Mr. Wise, can we please adjourn?
Yes, ma'am.
You know, I would probably feel bad for him if I didn't know what I already knew about him, which I'll share with you. This man, they don't bring it up in his crimes, but this man, you might not recognize him. This is what he was initially, before he got charged with making a lab. He was indicted for doing this to a 4-year-old girl before he had his face tattoos. They don't bring any of that up. Now, I loved watching, because I had this information. I loved watching him squirm. I have not enjoyed a Jim Wise interview until now, as ridiculous as it was. Now, the only thing worse than this, finding out here, he was indicted, right? They dropped the charge to simple molestation. The DA allowed him to plead, thank you, Richard, for providing this info, down to attempted indecent behavior with a juvenile. You can't make it up. Cockroach. You can't make it up. Now, maybe you could enjoy the way that he was treated as much as I did during this meeting, watching him squirm. It was funny listening to him try to describe to Jim Wise how the prison system works. Little does he know that Jim Wise was an investigator at Angola. He was the one who was a third-party investigator that would go into Angola and investigate whenever something happened. And before that, he was a supervisor of all the divisions for like the police force for like 18 years or something. I've never enjoyed Jim Wise interviews. I mean, but it was great to watch this little cockroach squirm. He goes there so nervous. He has this whole game plan in mind, and he completely tanks. I don't know if we've seen anyone tank as bad as he did there. And then when Jim Wise told him to shut up, that was just epic. Unprofessional, but epic. And maybe you were in that status when you... Oh, man. It was... and Miss Renata, it was... it's not every day you get hand-fed a treat like this. And like I said, if he only had drug convictions, I would have found this to be a very unfortunate hearing. But with knowing his track record, he deserves every second of it. Mr. O'Shea's right. Either he might not have known his write-up dates, actually. I kind of believe that. He might not have known it. Because, this hearing took place in 2020, and he was being accused of having a write-up 9 months ago, but really it had been 2 years for that since that intoxication write-up, which you might argue, hey, 2 years is a pretty long time for an addict to not get written up for that. But I think more the second option, Mr. O'Shea said, he just doesn't care, or he just doesn't have that many brain cells left to realize what's going on. And then he starts being disrespectful to the board, which he's an idiot to do that. They take notes at the end of this hearing. They're going to put notes about that confrontation. And when he goes up for parole again, we'll cover it. We'll put it here, and they'll remember it as well. But you might not believe it if you didn't see it, and now you did. With that, I'll let you go.